Hello, this is Mr. Hornby83 with Mr. Hornby83 topic video. Today's topic video is kind of off the grid for me because I barely do anything about, barely do videos about stuff like this. But I want to talk about possibility of movie critics having too much power. And what I mean by power is their words, the power of their words and how they can make or break some movies, and just because a critic says it's bad, people are like, oh God, well, if this critic says that, then it's a bad movie. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And part of me wanted to do this video partially because of all the freaking responses, negative responses that Batman v Superman got from critics. A lot of negative responses that a ton of other movies that have turned out to be better than what critics rated them have gotten criticized for. And one of the biggest things is because look, I've also seen a couple of non-spoiler reviews of X-Men Apocalypse, and some of the critics were kind of harsh on it, except for one, which was I guess Chris Stuckman. Good channel to watch. Does a lot of movie reviews. My favorite reviews he does though is the Hilariosity ones. But yeah, I mean, it seems like movie critics throughout the years have always had too much power because it seems like whatever they say about a movie, that's what other people are going to feel. I'm not one of those people. I mean, I'm the type of person that I'll watch it and see for myself. And like I said in my review, spoiler and non-spoiler, of Batman v Superman, I said it was my favorite Superman movie out of all the Superman movies. But I really think the way these critics look at these movies, they just, their job is to criticize the movie or give movies. But usually the movies that give good reviews turn out to be not that very entertaining. I mean, look, for example, at, this was years and years and years ago, like in the 90s. Everybody remember a little movie called Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood? Well, that was a good movie, and I believe it was Robert Ebert back in the day when they had Cisco and Ebert on, I forgot what channel it was, either NBC or ABC or one of those channels, and they gave a review of Don't Be a Menace. They're like, he was like, oh, this movie's bad, blah, 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 freaking. But yet, I seen the movie after I seen his review, and I was like, wow, that guy was wrong. Because, I have for years and years, I've watched, actually when I got my teenage years, I think, I would watch movie reviews of movies that I was looking forward to. And, another thing, too, all these freaking critics out there, they want to criticize these, action movies as, oh, they're dumb, fun, popcorn movies, or they're action movies, so they don't count as art or freaking any kind of type of movie. Listen, isn't making movies about being entertained? It's not about being, this movie, it was entertaining, but yet I didn't like this, and this about a movie. And it really irritates me because a lot of other fans aren't like me, and they listen to what the critics say, and they agree with what the critics say, even if they haven't seen the movie. Like, I know when the second Bond movie with Pierce Brosnan, which was Tomorrow Never Dies, it got a lot of negative reviews. And it got like, what, a 2-star rating or something? It was a good movie. But the problem was, it also had to go up against a movie called The Titanic. And I didn't care for The Titanic, really. I mean, but then again, and I know I ranted about, I know it's based on a true story and that, but I'm just not fond of stuff like, I go to watch a movie to be entertained. I don't go to watch it to see what flaws are in the movie or not. And that's part of the reason why I like prequels. Yes, I do review some movies And I do give my honest opinion, and yes, I do point out the flaws in the movies, like I did with Batman v Superman, like I've done with other movies I reviewed, like I've done with other shows. But hey, overall, I liked it. That's all that matters to me, is what I thought of it. Just like with Judge Dredd, a lot of people's like, oh, the Carl Urban one that came out in 2012 was way better than the Sylvester Stallone one. Yeah, well, one problem with the Carl Urban one was, unlike Sylvester Stallone, he didn't shout, "I am the law," like 5,000 times through the movie, which I thought was a pretty funny, entertaining thing. And see, that's my problem too with, critics. They want to review these ones. Oh, this one's artsy. An action movie's not artsy. But, a movie like Million Dollar Baby, people's like, oh, that was so artsy. Let's give it a reward. The Departed. Like I said when I did my Academy Awards review, The Departed was a movie I really enjoyed. Really entertained by it. And that's the only time Academy Awards got something right. I mean, they've probably gotten a couple other movies right. But, because it was a really good movie. It was my favorite Jack Nicholson movie. It was my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It was my favorite Matt Damon movie. And I'm not big fans of DiCaprio or freaking Damon. Yeah, I like Jack Nicholson a little bit, but the only reason why I liked him is because he, starred in one of the Batman movies. And I'm a Batman fan. A big Batman fan at that. My two favorite comic book characters in the world is Wolverine and Batman. I love Batman and I love Wolverine. Also, next to them is Spawn. But a lot of people were harsh on the Michael Jai White Spawn movie. I can understand why. And when I do reviews of these movies and I say I like them, I do say I understand why other people don't like them because of all the flaws they got in them. It's like with the Star Wars prequels. There's a lot of flaws with them movies. And, they weren't as good as the originals, because the originals were just fantastic. And, like a lot of people say, well, Empire Strikes Back, the Star Wars movie out of the original. I actually like Return of the Jedi better. And honestly, yes, Empire Strikes Back was great. You had the little twist at the end, I am your father, Luke. I love that, but I've just always been fond of Return of the Jedi more. And, honestly, I don't even think I seen A New Hope till I was closer into high school. But I like that one too. But, and these critics that, and some of these critics, the reason why they review a movie badly is because, one, they don't have a relationship with some of these studios, or they just don't like these studios, and, everything this studio does, they don't like. They don't like there's no continuity to certain things with certain things. And, half these people don't even keep up with the freaking source material of some of these movies either. It's like, yeah, you're going to criticize a movie. You're criticizing them on something they did wrong. And you're going to sit there and, I don't know, but that's why I don't listen to no reviews of movie critics. I don't even listen to reviews of game critics. Because a lot of game critics, I have to say, well, not too many, but a lot have to say, oh, well, GTA 4 was better than GTA 5. No, GTA 5 was better because GTA 5 entertained us better than freaking 4. But, it's just, I get annoyed with some of these critics, and a lot of it is because of personal vendettas they have against a certain studio or a certain franchise or whatnot. And it's just like, come on now. Movies are about entertaining people. And, I've given a lot of bad movies, bad reviews, like, the Point Break remake, which was freaking terrible. And, I loved Point Break, the original one. And back then, I wasn't even a Patrick Swayze fan. But I'm like, wow, love this movie. Because it was a great, entertaining, action-packed movie. Even though, I never noticed it till I started getting older that, when Patrick Swayze's dumping out of the plane, it's not really Patrick Swayze, it's some stunt double. You can tell by the hair when Keanu Reeves is diving down at him, and it's like, what? That's not even Patrick Swayze. But, You know, even though that one flaw was in the movie, Point Break was a great movie. And I just did a X-Men Apocalypse prediction. Like I said, I watched a couple spoiler reviews, or non-spoiler, my bad, because I don't want the movie to be spoiled for me. But a couple non-spoiler reviews, and you know, seems like critics. I've even watched some news about other critics bashing the X-Men, calling it one of the worst. I guess they forgot about Last Stand. And they talk about the Wolverine movies. I'm like, wow. That's the problem with movie critics. I get annoyed with movies. That's another reason why I don't watch reviews, whether it be spoilers, non-spoilers, or whatnot. Especially for a movie I haven't watched before, because it's not the fact that I'm not going to go watch it because of their review. It's because of the fact I get annoyed that a movie I'm excited for, I have to go in with lower expectations because these freaking critics give it bad reviews just because either they have a vendetta against this franchise or they just don't like, you know, certain things. Or heck, even if it's like, oh yeah, the first couple minutes didn't catch my attention, so you know what? I'm going to give this movie a bad review because the first couple minutes didn't catch my attention. Or something went wrong somewhere along the line in the movie. But, you know, and listen, people. Like I said, I started YouTube to have my own platform to give my own opinions about things, which I have done pretty well. And a lot of my opinions are my own. And sometimes, yeah, I use a couple other people's opinions mixed in with my feelings on it too, but yeah, it's just ridiculous how, you know, movies get bashed and you look excited, look forward to it, and then you gotta think, oh God, what if they're right? And you know, they're right and this movie's bad, or what if they're like wrong and you find out they're wrong? You can go out and say, ha, you were wrong. But hey, everybody has their opinions, critics even, and you know, no matter what the purpose is for giving the movie a bad review, that's their opinion. I have my own opinions. I feel what I feel about certain movies, but I guess I'll do it for this video. The next video I do will be the compare and contrast between Captain James T. Kirk and Captain Jean-Luc Picard from the good Star Trek franchise shows. So please like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about critics' opinions. Does it change your judgment of a movie or whatnot? Follow me on my Facebook fan page, Mr. Hornby83 Topics. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Hornby83. And until that video with the two captains, peace out.